I love the HBO noise. It's exciting and soothing at the same time.
At the same time. Hello, this is Emilia Clarke. I play Dani.
And Alan Taylor, director of this episode. This is always the best part, the opening credits.
It is awesome. It is amazing.
It does, however, get in your head. Have you had this song?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Singing along in the shower, all of it.
I remember doing scenes with Peter Dinklage where he's supposed to be humming and whistling as he walks across the set, and he was whistling the theme song and we had to change it.
But I love the new additions for season 2. The new one, the new bits, the new lands.
Yeah, well, that was a wonderful idea to sort of give people a...
This is so cool when the bridge goes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like The Simpsons. You have to tune in time to see the new credits.
Did you see that we were on The Simpsons?
Yeah.
That was awesome!
You know you've reached pop cultural relevance
Tell
when...
me about it. That was very cool. It was very, very cool. Yeah.
Jonathan Freeman, brilliant DP. George Martin, our fearless inspiration leader.
Our leader.
This guy.
Alan.
Everybody thinks I'm married to Vanessa.
I was going to ask.
Our real fearless leaders.
Amazing. Car.
Oh, yeah. Which is where we wind up at the end of this episode.
Yes, we do. Which is where I think Dani needs to get out of.
Well, your storyline was interesting and sort of challenging this season, right?
Yeah.
I heard the writers talking about how in the books they weren't sure if they could work too closely from the books. They had to, veer from it at times.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. Amazing opening. Amazing end to the last one, episode 9. I know we're talking about episode 10, but episode 9 was awesome.
That is Peter Dinklage putting up with a very big lens very close to his eye.
Yeah. Oh. How can someone so, bumbly be so evil?
Pod!
My friend auditioned for Pod.
Fine brawn or Varys?
I'm sure your friend was terrific, but we were really lucky to have Daniel Portman. He did an amazing job. It's a character who had very little moments, but he made them. He really made things from them.
Yeah. No, he is awesome. Very cool.
What happened?
The murderer and traitor Stannis Baratheon.
Right.
Oh, God, it just gives me the willies, this guy.
At the hands of your
Yeah.
father.
How so? The character, right?
Yeah, the character. Yeah, no, obviously the character. Obviously the character.
Julian is amazing. He's got
He
such
is
range.
Incredible.
You don't need much room, do you? You are no longer a hand.
Basically, I did episode 8 and 10 this season, and I was very aware that I was setting up and finishing the glorious episode 9 in the middle. He says, ruefully and enviously. But this is where we catch up on what's happened to all our characters after the big war, the big battle. Beautifully lit again, Jonathan Freeman.
Yeah. Amazing. Did you have to wait for the horse to be ready?
That's where the money gets spent, is waiting for the horse. No, that was trickery.
It was trickery. That's fake poo.
No, it's real poo. It's real poo, and somebody had the job of collecting the real poo, but it was
just
artfully deposited. Yeah.
Okay.
Lord of the 7 kingdoms and protector of the realm, do hereby proclaim my grandfather.
And this is another scene where we have to sort of explain, where everybody's at.
And the hand of the king.
There's some subtle CGI shots in here where you are seeing off the set, but they made it look like you don't anymore.
Incredible.
Yeah, and Tyrion is so wonderful. Charles Dance.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Incredible.
When I first met him, I was afraid of him, because those eyes. I thought he was going to beat Tywin Lannister to me, but...
Yeah. Well, I think when I first met Charles, I was kind of in awe, and then was taken aback at how gorgeous he is as well.
Yeah, those eyes and that his bearing. He's.
Yeah.
That you shall be granted the castle of Harrenhal, with all its attendant lands and incomes, to be held by your son.
Such a pout going there.
Until the end of time.
You honour me beyond words, Your Grace.
Sorry, we're getting caught up in watching the show.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no.
things.
Natalie is amazing in this.
Yeah, that was funny. I'd never worked with her before, but I'd been aware of her and wanted to work with her. And my first scenes with her, I was noticing that all the men on the crew were just sort of melting into the floor, and they'd recover when she was done, and we'd shoot something else, and then they'd start melting again. With her.
She's amazing. So strong as well. I love how many more strong women there are in this show now.
My sister Marjorie, her husband was
You're not
taken from us before.
competing with them, and you want to come get.
Oh, honey, I've got dragons. I'm going to win.
That's true. That's true.
Quietly
There can be a lot of
confident.
great women, so long as none of them have dragons.
Well, so far as I know, no one else does.
I like that look between Cersei and.
Oh God,
Sansa.
Lena is just like that woman blows my mind. She is phenomenal in this season. She's so amazing, amazing.
Those tales have taken root deep inside.
And Sophie is so good.
It's funny online seeing how hatred there is for Joffrey. I mean, they're just clamoring to have the guy killed. People will tune in season after season, waiting for the moment when he gets
It
it.
would be an honor
Yeah.
to return your love. But I am promised to another.
It is just one of these things. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh, you're so nice in real life. You're so nice.
That's why people, my friends don't believe that he's as much of a treat to work with as.
No,
You know, sort of sunny personality.
yeah, and that's like almost one of the first things that people talk to me about as well. They're like, but isn't Joffrey a douchebag?
Yeah,
I'm like, well, no, actually, he's really, really lovely. He just is a very good actor.
The wishes of my people.
Wow, they're all so beautiful. Huh?
I know.
Vow.
And
There's a lot of hat ladies.
and the costumes by Michelle
Yes.
that work so well.
Yeah, no, Michelle
Your father
is quite incredible. I love how much like she lets you.
revealed.
I don't know the discussions that you have about your character. And the
Yeah,
sort of-
I've never seen those because you guys turn up looking spectacular and deeply
Yeah.
embedded in your costume.
deeply.
Is it well? So are you working with her? Do you? Is
Yeah,
there
no,
back and forth?
hugely.
And-
There's
yeah.
always reasons behind every single costume choice. And reasons that she's researched and she knows everything about your character as well, but she's open to kind
Gods
of
are good.
like suggestions or it's really good.
I miss her.
Yeah.
I will gladly wed your sweet sister. You will be my queen.
So happy
I will love
couple
you
to
this
be.
day.
Like
Until
shock
my
and
last
relief
day.
at the same time. Because you kind of want you want Sansa to be free, but at the same time,
Yeah, there's a shot where we were off the set, but we filled it in at the top. Yeah, I think people are really waiting for her to arise and snap out of it, and here
Yeah.
for 1 second you get a flicker of her being free,
yeah, and then
there's this guy.
he's just gonna go all over it.
Look at that look on her. She's great. She's so wonderful, and she's so young.
I know. What the hell? But she just looks like a supermodel.
But a supermodel who can act.
I know. A rarity.
Not naming any names, pointing any fingers, but they are separate job skills usually.
He'll let you go home. Joffrey's not
Aidan is
the
one of the
sort
people
boy
I get
who's
asked about
raised
most. About
Huh.
working with.
with a tender heart.
Until I subtly remind them I've never actually worked with him.
Right.
I just.
Their storylines aren't allowed to.
No, exactly.
Why? Because people
She was like a sister to
know
me.
him from other things, or they're fascinated
Yeah,
by him.
yeah,
or...
yeah,
For her sake,
yeah.
I'll help
I know he's
get
much
you home.
more known in the UK than in the US. I think this is probably the main way people. I know, no, The Wire, right?
Yeah, The Wire.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Look around you.
Yeah, no, he's one of the main actors who people are like, I can't believe you get to work with Aidan. That's so incredible.
You.
And that's when I'm like, yeah, I know him. We hang out.
Yeah, all
we
the time.
don't.
All
I
my
wish we
scenes.
did. Yeah.
And back to the
Oh,
brothel.
Esme.
Come in.
Oh, I love this bit. It's so funny. I'm sorry, I keep watching this episode. I keep
And
just
again,
getting
and then the
engrossed in
lighting
it.
is just so beautiful. But
It is amazingly beautiful.
I was lucky. I had two DPs, Jonathan Freeman and Kramer Morghulis, both contributed to this episode. It was mostly Jonathan's, I think. But just the way they handle light through the windows is
You sure?
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like what they see?
I'm not like most men.
So this is Varys trying to make up for the fact that Littlefinger has just moved ahead of him in the Game of Thrones, and now he has to find a way to turn the tables. So he's
Yeah.
here to turn one of
I'm
Littlefinger's
like you,
to tell me.
The boobies are wasted on him.
But not on the 13-year-old portion of our audience.
You wouldn't remember me if we
Just
met?
13-year-olds.
Oh, well, I'm referring to
And I think you remember all
the
of them.
there was a sketch on a
think
comedy
your
show
true
that
talents
suggested
were
that
wasted on
we had a 13-year-old consultant for these scenes. that-
Oh, yeah, no, I heard about that. So funny. So funny. Oh, no, nothing
Nope,
there.
nothing there.
Sorry.
You're afraid? Why? Nothing dangerous down there.
And then I think the idea is not that she's afraid of not having
And
privates, but she
unlike
knows now
your
who this guy
current
must be.
employer,
He's
I
famous.
protect those
Yeah.
who work for me. I don't abuse them to satisfy royal whims or force them to abuse each other.
He's so good. I think Varys could be one of my favourite characters.
I thought you
I say this about a lot of characters, but
That's the third time you said it so far in this episode.
have I?
No. He's amazing because it's such a transformation.
He has hair
He
in
has
real life.
real hair, and his brother Ronan is one of our sound recorders, and
Really?
they look like they came from different planets, let alone different
Little
DNA.
finger looks at you
Seriously.
and sees
And
connection
him and
possible.
Michelle are like best
I
friends
see a
from
potential
when they were
partner.
both kiddies.
I'm afraid of him.
Oh, you
Michelle is
should
in
be.
Michelle Fairley.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a dangerous man.
Lady Stark.
Lady Stark.
But everyone has their weaknesses.
Indeed.
Your current employer hides his very well.
Are you joining the scene? This is now a three-hander.
Just giving, David and Dana run for their money.
Okay, a lot of nice things to say here. This partly is just the joy of shooting in Ireland, where you can drive it, 45 minutes and have this kind of scenery to play with.
And
Just outside Belfast.
have Gwen to work with. I went to drama school with Gwen.
No,
She's
really?
amazing. Yeah, well, not like she was a couple of years ahead of me, or 3 years, something.
She,
She's a few years ahead of me. But this lady, I have a lot of time for. I think she's awesome.
yeah, you just were so lucky. I mean, there's probably only 1 or 2 people in the world that could play this
I know,
part who
and
would
you
bring the
happen to have
physicality and also
An
the
amazing
skill.
actor doing it.
And I met her in a read-through, and I met her on set. And then after it was all over, I saw her at a party, and she was, full-on girl.
Yeah.
She was wearing a
Yeah.
tightly
A
fitting.
real girl.
Well, she was girling it up.
Yeah.
And high heels, so she was probably 6'8".
Oh, I love that she rocks the high heels.
Yeah.
I mean, me and her stood next to each other is ridiculous. It's just silly.
You can't have scenes together because you can't be in the same camera angle, I think.
Yeah, no matter how many yellow pages you give me, I'm never going to be able to get up to that height.
I do think Nikolaj and the
They
two of them
make
together. they're
they
great.
make such a good duo, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
No, it's so good. I love Nikolaj's little accent he gives in this scene as well. He does his little pretending to not be who he is.
Oh, when the cops come or whatever. Yeah.
The cops come.
Untie me, now.
Yeah, this scene is awesome. Gwen is awesome.
And it was a really windy day that we thought we were going to get rained
Kind
out.
of looks like Sean Bean.
You're right. We brought Sean Bean back for no. These are 3 great guys
Sean
who
Bean a few years ago.
came in from London to do this role, and it was like one scene, but they were so wonderful,
Yeah. No, they are amazing.
and they enjoy a dead prostitute as much as anybody.
As much as the next person.
All right.
The Starks.
What did he do?
Now we're going to start
We're watching
this
it again.
scene.
I know, it's really bad.
Those are not. We could say those are not real people hanging from the tree. If anybody's concerned.
Okay, what are they?
Dummies.
Big dummies.
Those are a bunch of big dummies.
Dungeons you rot in.
Why not kill him?
Again, this is in the same location as the beach, but we sort of cheated the relationship. But it's just
How
very-
cold was it right there?
not terrible, but threatening to rain every second. And I think we probably got rained out between shots. And
Yeah.
it's very close to many of the locations we've used in last season and this season, but you can't really tell, I hope.
Yeah.
No?
You don't know.
No? You
Well,
can't
you can now, because you just said, but
I've ruined it for everybody.
the secret places that
I
you're
mean, it really isn't Westeros. I'm sorry, I messed up.
These beauties.
And this is where
I hope you gave them quick death.
Brienne gets to show
2 of them we did, yeah.
what she's
Her
capable of.
badassness.
Yeah.
And Gwen proper trained up, and
She was, really working with the
Really,
with
really
the stump guys.
yeah.
And I like the way she...
you don't want to cross her on a dark night.
Sorry, I got excited because the leaves blew, and I like that.
This is the king's
But
The leaves blew and I liked it.
oh, is there acting going on? I'm just like, I like the way Brienne steps around to get ready for the fight. She sort of positions herself, so it's a nice thing she
Gets
does.
in her like badass
Yeah,
stance.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I want you to answer at the same time.
Yeah, right
the-
here.
but the
She
sword
knows
is-
something's coming and she's getting ready to kill. It's kinda-
Yeah.
What's his name?
The sword is incredibly heavy, no? And the armor she has on, and
3.
she's just gonna do that. Awesome.
Sorry, I got distracted. Well,
By
the amazing
all
thing
the
about
blood.
the production is that, you know, they actually make armor and they actually use leather, they actually use metal, and it really is
Yeah.
the same way going on locations makes it real. I think having these costumes be so real.
Can I just say how much I appreciate the sound effects?
It was
I
pretty
don't know about
squishy.
you, but I can definitely hear his.
Different organs,
Yes.
one after the other.
Yes. His face is great comedy as well. Ah, for women everywhere.
Those were Stark, man. I didn't serve the Starks.
Yeah, he did a good. He was doing a very good death. He did several,
Yeah.
and we had sort of blood spurt rigs that were spurting off in all the wrong directions. So we wound up just going with the one that he did.
That always happens, doesn't it? You can't really rely on a good.
It is. It's
A
a
constant
difficult thing.
blood
Yeah. It's a little. It's very. You get to Monty Python very quickly. Oh, speaking of which, I love that blood spurt. You can.
Yes.
I like the bodies bursting as they hit the ground was
Yeah.
fun, charming.
It is amazing how similar, how much they look like.
Mother and son.
Yeah.
And also, and with the little one with Bran, could so be
Amazing.
Michelle's son.
Amazing.
Yeah. And Arya.
I love her.
No, so good. Kev with his hair, I think it really they've got the same. They've got the colouring for all of them so perfect.
Your father
Perfect.
didn't love me when we married.
So perfect. Is that even English? Am I even?
He hardly knew.
Am I making sense? I
so
don't know.
perfecter and perfecter. This scene used to come after, at one point came after the wedding scene later, and so it was kind of a post-mortem of what he just decided
Your
to do.
brothers and sisters
Yeah.
for
And then
all
we
of us.
eventually decided that it was better to talk about what it meant, and then just
And then-
see him
Yeah.
make the choice, kind of.
But it is strong.
I second that motion. Well
Okay.
done. Good choice.
Thank you, thank you. It wasn't my idea, but I will take responsibility for it. We are on a soundstage here, so that's just, I think we're 10 feet from a wall outside the tent, but we have some smoke and a little fire going out
Amazing.
there.
It definitely looks like it's in a tent outside.
I've ruined it for everybody again.
You have just spoilt the illusion.
That's why I'm here.
You
Burst the
gave
bubble,
him
man.
your word. Treat your oaths recklessly, and your people will
Right,
do
this is not to be taken lightly, because this is major setup for major events to come, as people who read the books would know, and as people will find as they stick with the show. Caitlin's absolutely right that he's being very reckless.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see him not be just a man of principle like his father, because we know how that turned out.
Exactly. We do know how that turned out. Not particularly well.
Stannis.
And you know, the boy's got a crush.
The boys, yeah. He
The
does, man.
heart
Oh, come-
wants what the heart wants,
Who wouldn't?
man.
Una Chaplin, come on.
Tell me about
It's
it.
not
I
fair.
would.
Yeah, as opposed to an unnamed Frey.
Exactly. Who he doesn't even know. Who probably sources say is pretty ugly. That's all we're
Right,
guessing.
we've never seen her, but
We hear.
yeah, we hear her. And when his
This
mom.
is the point where I pray that we haven't established that character yet, and I'm not just insulting someone.
Oh, yeah, no. Played by my daughter. These two are unhappy because the battle did not go as promised, clearly.
Yes, not quite. Well.
And like all people who have failed, they turn on each other. This is frequently us in the production offices of Game of Thrones. We can't afford the direwolves, and we start strangling each other.
Clarice is amazing. She's very
She's
good.
so beautiful, and
Yes, so beautiful.
the way she takes her hands away and just doesn't, and
Yeah.
turns herself over to it.
No, amazing. Oh, but he's so.
Stephen Delane, I'd wanted to work with him for a long time.
He is
He's so
magnificent.
so respected.
So good. He's so like. Oh, it's gonna sound like
the way she.
such
Sorry,
a.
I got to interrupt. Oh, the way
Yes.
she stands up here, she's sort of doing this kind of. She's coming back to life. It was something she did on her own. It's a very strange kind of. Like, we find out later that she's not entirely.
Of course.
You know, I probably shouldn't say anymore.
No, yeah.
But
no,
standing
yeah.
up, standing up strange like that, it makes sense given who she is.
Yes, definitely,
It's
definitely.
a cool choice.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, but that's enough. Sorry, I interrupted. Just
No, I was just going to say something that sounded really self-indulgent actory, but he's so incredibly like committed in every single moment that you see him in. He's so just brilliant. I think he's amazing.
and he makes these
think he's
when he's one of those people. He's made these insights and choices when he turns up. I remember the first scene we did with him was in the opening episode of the season on the beach. And he does the ritual that sort of brings this witch into his life.
Yeah.
And he walks away, and there's a gesture he makes where he reaches back for his wife's hand, and he does it with such dismissive. You see the whole relationship right there in one gesture, and he invented that whole moment. It was not in the script.
You don't know. None of us know.
Such an incredible professional.
Let me show you.
Yeah, you know that I don't do that.
No, you see, because then I see it's in stark contrast to the way you and I work.
Yeah.
Raise your hand to the left. Yeah, good.
I'm sorry. What do you want?
Move
How do
both
I
feet.
act? What do I do?
Sadder,
What am I doing?
more sad, less sad.
Yeah. Take your clothes off. It's fine.
Yeah, although these days, take your clothes off. No.
No. Not again.
Do you see?
Oh,
Okay, and so our eye motif is continuing for those of us paying.
She's got great eyes.
Following along at home. Yeah, we
This bit's amazing,
we
and
just-
you look at it like in that shot, you can see what he's seeing.
To me, this is an echo of last
Incredible.
season. Let Ned Stark had a scene the same way where he played the torchlight in his eyes, and it was just something felt like
In
the
the
right.
cell?
Yeah. Before,
Yeah.
And
Just
this,
look at
no,
that
no special
broken
special
man.
effects, no vision at all. It's just you see
Amazing.
he's seeing something magical, and
Yeah.
it's all performance.
Oh, can I
Okay.
just say, I'm in love with Alfie Allen, just because I'm in love with Alfie Allen, or he's the best person on the planet. But Alfie in this episode is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's funny because
phenomenal.
I barely knew his character from season 1, and when I started reading through the outlines for season 2, I was thinking, God, we're doing a lot of Theon stuff.
Yeah.
And then
And
it started
then
to come
you see
to
Alfie.
life.
Yeah.
They don't want you to sleep.
He nails it. He absolutely hammer and nails it.
Yeah.
And I love this hornblower stuff. It's so brilliant.
Well, he's tragic. He's totally believable.
Yeah,
He's vulnerable.
so
But he's also funny. He's
Yeah.
no one. I hope he gets nominated for something.
Tell me about it. We can nominate him for something.
Okay, I think
I
we just-
hereby
we just
nominate
did.
Alfie.
We
We
just
just
did.
did. We just totally did.
No telling that he might not get it, but we just nominated him for
Yeah,
it.
definitely. We just in that moment we just did.
I saw Winterfell.
This is a really
Yeah.
long scene. It's very static, but it
But-
just sustains because he's look at that. Yeah.
That's pure comedy in a tragic scene. I definitely laughed at home when I watched it.
Been here for thousands of years.
He manages to keep it a little bit funny because of his irritation, but it ends on such a tragic note when he says, I know I'm lost, but it's too late to turn back.
It's so good. It's so good. No, I keep every time I speak to anyone about this
I hope
season,
you're going to say
I think-
something negative about somebody at some point, right? Because you just keep complimenting the
I
actors.
know. It's very hard to find negative things. Genuinely very hard to find negative things. He's just and he's just such a nice person. Alfie's so nice.
All right.
All right. Okay, I'll find someone. I'll find. Do you want me to find
Yeah,
someone
we'll
that I
get
don't-
somebody that you can't stand eventually.
Okay. It might be me.
Yeah, I think
Can that count?
there's plenty of that coming up.
Yeah.
But also, Donald, who plays Meister
I will
Lewin,
kill that
is such a
man.
wonderful
I swear to the
counterpoint
crown
to all
god,
this.
the
He's
old
like-
gods, the new gods, to every fucking god in every fucking heaven. I will
Yeah.
kill that
Go on,
man.
Alfie.
Yeah, sorry, nobody can talk over that.
Donald's his character is just. I feel like it's. Just. I wish like that. You wish your granddad was like that. Do you know what I mean? Like.
It's funny because
Since
working with him on this, I see him everywhere. He works all the time. He's
Yeah.
in every movie.
I see him everywhere.
That sounds a little bit paranoid.
Sixth Sense.
Yes, last night in my hotel, it was kind of creepy.
Never make it
but,
back to the Iron Islands. And even if I did, even if
when I
by
first
some miracle
read
I
this scene,
slipped through the lines
I
and
was
made it home,
concerned that if we kept hearing the
Be a
horning,
coward.
kept talking about the troops that were outside the walls, that
enjoy who
it would
ran.
feel like we had to cut to them, and of course we couldn't afford to cut to them.
Yeah.
shame of the family.
And David and Dan told me I was wrong, and it turns out I was. because I don't think
You were. I'm sorry. Did you?
I know. I thought
Alan
I'd bring
Taylor
it up.
just admitted to being wrong, people.
Are you saying it's a big thing for me to admit it,
No,
or it's a big
I'm
thing for it to be
not.
it?
I'm completely not.
Is beyond reach of the law.
I have not known you to be wrong.
But this scene sustains so well that I don't think people are hungry for
No, completely not. Completely not. All you want to see is his annoyance at the people behind the wall, and through his annoyance, you can totally, like.
Hidden passageways. Built
experience it with him the way he experiences you.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to see the people. I don't think.
And this is where Lewin offers him a way out. He could actually escape.
And it's brilliant because you leave this scene thinking that he's going
Night's
to.
Watch is an ancient, honourable.
Do you know when you leave the scene thinking at this point? I was just like, he's gonna.
At this point, at that moment, I agree. Look at the shine in his eyes.
For Jon Snow to cut my throat in my
He
sleep.
almost could have been turned. He almost could have
Yeah.
snuck out and lived a different life. But by the end of the scene, I think you know he's locked into.
Yeah.
Things I never imagined myself
No, but
doing.
but that in the scene you can 100% see his struggle. You feel him going, which way am I going to go?
I think that's great acting, but also
Great directing.
no. I wish great writing.
Not yet. You may be right.
Hear this line. I don't want to talk over.
I've gone too far to pretend to be anything else.
Oh, literally hear your heart break.
Yeah, and look at that. He's trying to smile his way through it, sort of.
I know. And it's just, I love that introduces the next scene.
That's the mating call of the
And I would I would not respond in the way that they responded to this speech.
Oh,
was
you
like,
were ready to go and say,
yeah,
right.
come on. I was
What
so
is dead
ready.
may never die. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, you just want to take care of him. Do you know what I mean?
We die today.
He does do a great job of when he gets more and more excited when he's talking about they'll think of us with their lovers inside them. Really, the line's the line where you can see he's talking himself into it.
Yeah. How many takes do you guys have doing this?
It was very strange because we shot it at the beginning of this. We shot his coverage when it was raining too heavily and it was too dark. And it was a beautiful performance.
Yeah.
And we had to reshoot the entire scene because we couldn't match that light and that rain. So he had to do it all over again, and he nailed it again. It was amazing. I mean, it was exactly this energy level, and it's basically his Henry V scene, and with a twist at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite remember that one being in the play. Yeah.
And whoever kills
So good.
And
What is dead may never die.
I love that bit. He looks like a full-on psycho. And perfect comedy timing.
He'd never shut up.
Ba-dum-bum.
Good speech.
Beautiful voice, this guy.
Want to interrupt?
No, yeah.
And the scene's not over yet, because even worse things are going to happen.
I know. Oh, goodness. Don't do that. But he does. He's just going to do it.
To Emilia's dad, granddad.
Let's go home.
Ruthless. That's what that is. And they're taking his gold.
And this is all a set built out of
Is it?
materials in a farm field. Yeah, in the first season we used part of a real castle and added to it.
Yeah.
And this one it was entirely built by the wonderful Gemma Jackson and her team.
Amazing.
Yeah.
God, she's incredible. The detail on set. I know I keep banging on about this every time I talk about Game of Thrones, but it's quite phenomenal.
Yeah. So often she works with real materials, and the same as approaching the costumes. Real materials, and you can't fake the texture.
Excessive of me to ask you to save my life twice.
Oh, Peter.
Peter and Podrick.
Peter and Pod.
There's a spin-off in the works.
I think maybe you could do that. Have a little sideshow.
I'm
Peter and
afraid
Pod.
your friend has been relieved of his command of the City Watch.
Varys showing that he has some integrity, sort of. He does,
Yes.
He did have a real connection to Tyrion in this season.
From cloak to cloak.
Then my hill tribesmen
have gone.
You feel like Peter is the closest he's ever come to truly respecting someone.
Right.
Definitely. But he still turns his back on him.
But he still said, all that said.
Yeah,
see
all
around-
that said.
said.
Still no balls, literally, and... yeah.
I thought we were friends.
Exactly, Peter. Me too. Me too, man.
Podrick, would you mind?
He shows that he's got a heart in a way because he brings in
Shay.
Sibel.
This scene is so beautiful as well, and it's so nice to see Tyrion vulnerable, truly vulnerable, and really. I know that Shay offers that opportunity where you get to see Peter's kind of
the temptation to run away, basically. Yeah, right.
No, exactly. But that she's going to stand strong by him.
That we will not forget.
To bring as much emotion into this scene as they both do, as Peter does. You know, I was brought up in Canada. I'm not very comfortable with all that stuff. So my meter of it being too much is very easily pinned. But he does it so deftly that he's basically in tears by the end. So am I.
Yeah. No, tell me about it first. When did you guys film this?
This was, I believe, one of the last things we did.
It was. It's always nice when that happens, when you get to film the last stuff last.
Now this, it was a good scar, but I think people who read the books were a little underwhelmed because in the books he's had his nose chopped off. And we didn't go that direction.
But that's, I think Peter likes his nose.
I think he's very fond
of his nose. I think it's a very good nose. I think that that's another example of book to screen difficulties where you just have to make exceptions.
And you lie to me.
And partly, I mean, I'd be curious as to whether Dave and Dan thought it was a creative choice or whether it really was just who wants to deal with a CGI nose for the next few years.
I think that's also similar to the why did I keep my hair situation. Conveniently burnt my clothes, but not my hair and my hair.
There was a lot of talk about that.
Yeah, I think there was really.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this to anyone who's watching this now. I look pretty ugly bald. Seriously, it's not a good look.
I'll go naked occasionally, but I ain't going bald.
But please let me keep my hair.
Drink. Fuck. Live.
Oh, that's my word.
Okay, this is where she's offering up the life they could have, just as Lewin was trying to offer Theon a way out.
Ah.
Your father,
Oh, look,
your sister,
there's almost like there's themes going on.
I know, almost like there are themes. No. She's so super hot as well. Can I just state that as well?
Yep. I think that was noticed on set and on screen.
What I'm good at. Out talking them, out thinking them. It's what I am.
Tyrion is...
And I like it.
I mean, I say this with a heavy heart because I love Dany so much, but Tyrion is just the best character.
No, you can't play him.
Why not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think anybody can complain too much about what they're given to do on the show.
No, definitely not.
This was a tough season for Dany's storyline.
The Dany storyline. Yeah, no, it was. It was, because in the books she doesn't do a huge amount.
Hangs around.
Hangs around with her boob out.
Sorry, I don't want to take the subject off your boobs, but
I keep bringing it up.
This moment I don't know what it is. This moment where he crumples is just
so beautiful. I love that it's back to back with this scene.
Yeah,
which is a little. It did remind me a little bit of. The marriage in Braveheart.
Oh yeah.
Only because it's in woods.
Okay. No, I like that movie. I'm not hurt. I think some people might have thought that this was a cut to Tyrion and Shay getting married or something, but nope. It's this fateful choice that's being made. Una Chaplin, I think a granddaughter of the man himself.
Indeed,
yeah.
Mr. Chaplin. She's very cool. She's a very cool individual.
She speaks 19 languages and
completely.
I met her and I thought,
she's everything you would hope for and expect from a descendant of Chaplin.
Do
you know what I mean?
I couldn't place her accent, and I said, "Where did you grow up?" And she said, Paris, London, Havana, blah blah. But she kept going.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I love this. This is actually we're on location.
We're on location. That was a steep hill.
Yeah, we were complaining about it, and we weren't the guys that had to carry the dolly up the hill.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But this is a beautiful island called Lokrum Island. It's off the coast of Dubrovnik in Croatia.
Yeah, it's a national park.
Everything is real here except that tower.
Enormous tower. Yeah.
I mostly want to talk about Dany, but really quickly I want to say that I love this location. It's the House of the Undying. It's in the book. But if people look up the painting Island of the Dead, that was my inspiration for how it should look from the outside. And it's a beautiful 19th century painting. And we tried to evoke it here with the stonework and the cypress trees that are all around, because cypress trees are symbolism of cemeteries and the dead.
Ah, I didn't know this.
Is this a riddle?
And this was
The very first scene we filmed.
Yeah,
this
and
is
it
my
was
very first scene.
blisteringly hot. And,
Blisteringly hot.
and we're actually on the city walls at the top of a really high tower, and there's like 1,000 tourists in every direction.
All taking photographs. And the only way to get up there was to just hike up there in the heat, and those leather trousers.
Yeah. Can I just talk about the way Ian Glenn can walk in his suit of armor?
I know,
It is so
incredible.
beautiful. I would never be able to walk in a suit of armor.
Incredible.
Like that. She
And I
disappeared.
where did I go?
How did that happen?
Is it like a magic? I'm actually just crouched behind
Okay,
the wall.
right.
Sorry to spoil illusion.
So you've ruined it again. Now he does
I'm
his
sorry. Khaleesi!
Stanley Kowalski.
He does it better. I'm here. Hello. Oh my goodness, this tunnel.
This is actually again this is not a set. This is on location. in
On
Croatia.
location.
He's trying to frighten me with magic tricks.
Part of the city walls again. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah. So much history in those
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, it was very scary being in there.
Yeah, because again,
I'm a
it
big
was like
scaredy cat.
taking because you're a wimp.
Yeah,
and
fundamentally.
But taking Kit up to Iceland, there's no pretending you're anywhere else,
No.
and taking you into these dungeons and stuff. It was really
Yeah. This,
Yes.
I shrieked when I watched this scene.
oh good.
Find us.
I genuinely shrieked and then started cursing a lot in amazement and pride at being part of a show that did this. And I've never seen this happen on shows before.
I
What
love
he
our
does.
location. This is a quarry outside of Belfast, and we found this ridge that was not entirely safe, but they made it so we could shoot him up there.
I love it. Didn't tell him
This
that.
is the amazing Tom Lushy.
Yeah, who's lovely. I just met him in Germany for the first time properly.
Such a beautiful
So
face.
nice.
So gracious. So,
Yeah, so nice. They just kept talking in German though. I kind of didn't really understand a lot that was going on, if I'm really honest.
But we're rushing right over Arya, who is, I think, a lot of people's favorite character.
Was it hard?
As it should be. Maisie's amazing.
If you know the way.
Show me how. I want to be able to do it too.
If you would learn, you must come.
She's just so talented.
Yeah.
How do you get that talented that young?
Far and away across the narrow
I think
sea.
there's medication for that or something. No, she's so gifted, and
And her and Charles this season, just awesome.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of my favourite stuff was 100% between the two of them.
That is something else entirely. The girl has many names on her lips. Joffrey, Cersei, Tywin Lannister.
I also want to see a spin-off between these two.
The Hound.
And again, she's being offered the same thing. You can have the life you want. You can come to Bravos, and you can.
Yeah.
Each character is being offered the life they think they
By one.
want, but their
Yeah.
character and their principles won't let them.
Won't let them. And so the story continues.
I love it when she says she has to stay and find her family, and she even wants to find Sansa, but the way she puts the little sister dig, and the way
Yeah.
she says,
And my sister. I need to find her too.
Even though
Yeah,
I kind
all
of hate
right,
her a
all
little
right.
bit.
Smart.
Yeah.
That
No,
man has
she's so
beauties as
good.
well.
She's so good.
So yeah, there's a
What is it?
little moment coming up with this guy where we start to
Coin of great
realize
value.
things about him, like how he killed all those people,
Could it buy
Yeah.
a horse?
and it's
It is not
I love
meant
the way he's
for buying
holding it as well.
horses.
yeah, that's him. He came up with
How
that.
good is it?
Yeah,
It's hard to hold a coin with gloves and pull it out of a pocket that doesn't exist. And
that's very true. It's very true. It's a hard thing, acting, people. Just know.
right,
Valar Morghulis.
not enough sympathy for actors in this world.
I kept thinking, how is she going to remember that? Am I an idiot?
Well, she could look. It's the title of the episode. That she could just look it up on IMDb.
No, but I mean, seriously.
Instead.
Oh, I thought it was a moment.
Yes, I think.
This is so good. I
ladies
think I
and-
even rewinded.
Oh, good.
Watch this bit again.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick O'Kane coming up in a moment, but just for a moment.
And what the hell? It's oh.
He's wonderful. It's Patrick O'Kane. We
Oh my
cast
God, what a
locally. He's
face.
from Belfast. Wonderful face, wonderful voice, wonderful walk. It's not clear to me, when Yakin Hagar comes back. I'm not sure what he's going to look like, but whose face will he be?
Whose face will he be? Oh, Osha.
Osha! What are you doing?
This bit's so sad. It's so sad.
This is the
With the
reveal
boys.
of what's happened to
I was
Winterfell.
100% crying. Hold on. Hold on. And then I know I've just got good things to say about everyone.
But Natalia...
Isaac.
Isaac. I'll pick Natalia and say nice things about her. She's not only an actor, she's also a musician.
An amazing
she has
musician.
a band.
She's an amazing musician. And an amazing person. She's
Okay,
so much fun.
right. So we've done her. Now,
Okay.
and... Oh, God. Recon. Art. Who, the last day he came up and he gave me this leather bracelet he'd made. I still wear it to this day. He's even the youngest
beautiful.
guys, even the youngest actors are so able to do their characters and just so professional and
so amazingly professional.
And these two huge wolves that we luckily found.
You are 100% joking.
No, dire wolves really do exist, and they're huge and primordial.
Can I have one? Is that going to be the gifts?
Yes, right. Season 3 wrap gift will be.
But seriously, when Isaac comes of age, man,
lots of broken hearts.
Oh my goodness, around the world.
Well,
he's just so wonderful and polite and intelligent.
It's funny, he could so be Catelyn Stark's son, but when you see him with his real life mother, he's so clearly basically a carbon copy of her, and she's so beautiful and she's so gracious.
She's so wonderful. She's such a cool mum.
Move into their family, but I think it would be weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's crying.
Yeah.
Oh God, it just breaks your heart. Completely breaks your heart. Exactly. Positive thinking. And the woods that we're in, the tree.
The God's Wood.
It's amazing.
These trees are everywhere around Belfast, but we paint it white and we provide the red leaves. But everything else is nature, and it's just amazing. It's got so much character.
So gorgeous.
And that pond that they're sitting around is made by us.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Good job. Well done.
Gemma Jackson and her team, ladies
Well
and
done, Gemma.
and her greensman.
For that, I consider myself very lucky.
Was it not? How could you sit there and watch Art crying? Did you not just want to be like, it's okay?
Right here.
It's funny because both kids gave different performances and different takes, and there are some where they're really sobbing, kind of, and I guess we eventually decided that it was sort of.
You must protect them.
Maybe my Canadian is coming out, that it was too much, but they really had a range of what they could provide for us.
Yeah.
You may have to protect them against your own kind.
I got no great.
Oh, it's just such a wonderful character. The way she's grown, you kind of.
Yeah. Well, there she's. That's quite an arc for her to sort of reject her own kind in favor of her new loyalty to this family.
Yeah.
So. I think this shot was. I don't want to get this wrong, but I believe this was shot by Kramer Morgenthau, because most of the episode was shot by Jonathan Freeman, but there was some scenes that we had to do out of order.
Yeah.
By the time we finished the episode, it was, December. Oh, look, there go those two wolves that we were so lucky to get.
So lucky. They are. No, but actually I was watching this episode with my dad, and I was talking. My mum and I were talking about the CGI, and my dad was like, they're real. They're completely real.
Well, they are
and
real.
He's a savvy young man. He knows his.
Your dad is a savvy young man?
Indeed.
I wish I was. I'm somebody's dad, but I'm not none of those things. But they are real wolves. In fact, we did try shooting with dogs, and it just wasn't compelling enough, and so we got real wolves. But they are enhanced slightly. But they are real animals.
Yeah.
This character, who's this one again?
Oh, I don't know. Someone rubbish.
Finally, we can say the bad things.
Yeah, just
So
terrible acting going
interesting
on at the
thing
moment.
in my mind, the dragons are there right now, but she's blinded to them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
I'm thinking I'm scared of heights at that point.
I love that shot though, and this is all crazily a real location. This is a kind of a battery that would have had cannons in the windows for protecting the harbor, and Gemma put doors in the doorways, and we shot part of it to make it look like it was a round room when actually it was only sort of a half circle.
Yeah.
And then the fun
It's so
begins.
kind of creepy.
When I read this, I was so glad that I got to do some of this stuff.
Yeah. This was awesome because I'd never been here before.
Yeah.
And I'd never filmed here before, and I got to.
No,
it
was not just bringing Danny to King's Landing. It was bringing Emilia to our Belfast sets.
I know. I finally felt involved.
Yeah. You do.
And then a little greedy for the throne.
Yeah.
But this was the snow was incredible.
Yeah, our effects guys in Belfast were wonderful, and these are I think this is probably a combination of snow candles. This is all on set snow. I don't think we're doing any CGI stuff here, except the top of the frame. We're adding some.
But I mean, it looked like that. Obviously, apart from the no ceiling.
I remember doing this. You're standing on a table and there's a green screen above you.
Yeah.
This was that
Everyone
long
was eating
last
pizza.
Night. Yeah, it was the long last night where we were doing all the bits and pieces of green screen nonsense.
And then I kept looking up, and it was like I was on like a little, not very much space, and I kept thinking I was going to fall down.
Right.
This bit was so much fun to film, though.
These are like the last temptations of Dany. This is
and that's foam. The snow is foam.
Yeah, and it doesn't melt, but it kind of crunches underfoot, just like real snow. This is a beautiful shot. It feels like Christmas.
Yeah, no, it does.
So Dany's being tempted by the bad guys, and if in my mind, if you had touched the throne, you would have been lost forever, kind of.
Yeah.
And then you get the next few temptations, and if you were to sort of commit to any of them, you'd.
Yeah, and there are my babies.
Calling you on.
My babies. I love how the flame is still in shot as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
And then this is me walking into a fan.
In a fan, and a light that's gradually coming up, and interestingly. The material we're using here in terms of the world you're in is actually sort of lifted from season 1. We're stealing frames. I'm sorry to ruin it again.
My goodness.
But
no, I went there.
That was our last night. You were against a green screen.
Yes.
With a big fan in your face again.
Yes, I do remember. Very well. I look kind of ill here.
You do, but you look so romantic. Everything's the same color. Your hair, your skin, your lips.
No, definitely.
I'm not going to say anything about process in the next scene because it's. Oh, we got to say a couple things about the next scene though. The baby.
Yeah. Who I am actually an aunt to, because this is Helen's.
Helen
Sloane, the stills photographer. This is her baby, her beautiful baby Wren,
who was very recently born when we were shooting the scene, and
who prior to the scene I am aunt to. Like, yeah.
It's not like you had to become her aunt to get her the job or vice versa. But the funny thing is, the reaction to the episode was everybody was accusing us of putting a wig on the child.
Oh no, it's
I know,
her hair.
I know.
She just has an incredible head of hair.
My babies are born bald, but this one.
Jason.
Yeah.
I miss Jason. Bring him back.
Oh look, you're making me cry.
That's like pure Jason, please come back. Jason, please come back. Come back and act with me now, please.
Get me away from these incompetents.
No more Karth. I want to go back.
Yeah, we can't say enough things about him. It was like when he came back to do this one scene, this one day, it was such a homecoming, and he's such a master of the Dothraki language. He was basically he became everybody's advisor and consultant on the language.
Yeah, and he is just Jason is just. I've just so many good things.
I hear he's slightly attractive to women.
Slightly, mildly attractive. Yeah. I think my mum, had she not been sitting down, would have fallen over the first time she met him. You have to act with him. How do you do it, Emilia?
He really does have that voice. He really is that big and beautiful.
Yeah.
The only thing that you don't really see is he's incredibly energetic and almost has a childlike energy.
Yeah. Yeah. But him and his family together, him and Lilliquai and their babies, it's just silly.
He's directing a movie now. He's doing all kinds of stuff.
They literally have like the ideal life, and they're all so beautiful.
There she
so
is.
Beautiful.
Your niece.
My baby Wren, who really, really, really wanted to rip my wig off.
Yeah, what we're cutting around
and
here.
And farted. Do you remember?
She was farting and she was dancing the fandango and she was pulling wigs and beards and. We cut to her in the rare moments when she was resting between bouts of attacking both her co-stars. We got some material we could use, but that's funny. And I think Helen was the mother was on set and kind of, or maybe the father was, but somebody was there.
Both of them were.
And they were both feeling just like
Dee
appalled
and Helen.
that we'd put their baby in and she was basically doing the can-can. For
it was so funny. Oh, it was so funny. But I think Helen and Dee can both be very proud of their child's performance.
This is this is the centerpiece scene for the episode for me. And, and what he does here is perfect because he's basically an illusion, and you walk away.
That's exactly what my mum said.
Yeah.
I keep talking about my mum. I have a life, I promise. I just happened to watch the episode with her.
Oh, and
there are my new babies. My new babies. But yeah, can I just say that last scene was genuinely emotional to do, just because I miss Jason.
They want to be with you.
Oh.
You want to be with them.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Ians.
Ian Hanmore.
Ian Hanmore as Piat Pri. Several Piat Prees.
This scene was so complex.
It was complicated. We had storyboards for mostly because we had so many Ians who's playing the
Ian's playing Ian's.
warlock.
I remember this was a longer day.
It was a longish day, but we're on location. We're doing all this stuff. I was proud of us.
Yeah, definitely.
This shot in particular where we pan off Ian to find Ian, and he keeps talking, and then the chains suddenly appear.
Yeah.
And then we find Ian again.
Which I kept ripping out the wall.
You're just too.
I'm too strong. My guns, man. They're just too. Actually, all I'm seeing right now is bingo wings, but
I remember.
not the sculpted arms I was hoping for.
You don't. That's
but
not what you think.
slight
You don't think
bingo
you look like
wings.
that from behind. I think you're beautiful. I had to keep yelling at you about really stretching your
Yeah,
arms out.
stretching my arms out. But a lazy actress, Emilia, kind of wanted to just.
They are great.
They are amazing.
So attentive, and I love his reaction here.
And I love how they're still looking at me. They're still. They're still looking at me. How it's
and then one of them. When they sort of cough a furball of
yeah. Go on, Drogon.
It's like a.
I do love seeing them though. It genuinely fills my heart with utter joy. Yeah.
And is it true you get to
That's
take?
what I'm talking about.
That you take them home and you're taking care of them over the summer while we're waiting to shoot.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, they're at home. Every time I need a piece of toast, they're there, man.
Look, your hair's not burning again.
My
your
hair is not burning again. It's 'cause I'm a little bit magic.
So
that
this,
is pretty nasty.
That was largely Ian, but also a stuntman with a full burn on the floor in Belfast.
Yeah. I like that you can tell from here on just how close I am with Drogon, especially.
So how close you are with
Drogon, especially the red one.
He's your favorite. You're not supposed to say it in front of the others.
I'm not. I know exactly. I know that a mum isn't meant to have.
And here we are, really on location.
And Rose is just brilliant and such a lovely person. Again, nice things. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, you said some bad things about the blonde actress in the last scene.
I did.
So I guess we're okay.
Slightly average.
And this is Simon Armstrong's big turn, where as Corin he makes sure that one of them is going to get inside, get close to Mance.
Yeah.
And here we go.
And we get to see Kit kick some ass.
And this is really them doing their own stunts, and we really are on a cliff, and we really are in Iceland. It's still amazing to me that this is the way we do this show.
I know.
At this point, you can only shoot for 4 hours a day because the sun goes down so early. And
that's what Kit was telling me. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about a lot when I was watching this, is how that you guys only had such a short amount of time to film.
And our amazing stunt and fight coordinators who create this choreography, and they really give character moments. They work with the dialogue.
Yeah. Oh my god, amazing. And I love that you get to see Kit doing some proper fighting. Because he's not bad looking, and when he's fighting, it just sort of adds to the whole thing quite well.
Somebody who can be.
Oh.
And this moment, this is sort of a classic martial arts moment where he goes down, and now we know he's serious.
Yeah.
And that was important to me, that he didn't kill him by accident. There was a moment he could have stopped.
Exactly.
So he's
100% on purpose.
He's
but
got complete guilt for now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's the.
Okay, I got goosebumps again.
Exactly.
He said, "Do you want me to die with my eyes open, my eyes closed?" And I said, "Well, eyes open. Can you do it?"
And he completely, absolutely nailed it. And then Kit. Exactly.
Aha. And this is Rattleshirt, who...
Such an incredible mask.
Edward Togliani. Yeah, get great costumes. And
yeah. Very good. Bam.
Now we know that Jon Snow has crossed a line.
No, you don't. Sorry, just adding again.
Emilia's part of the scene somehow. I don't know how it happened, but she's also in the scene
always, now. Always. Why not? Oh, just so sweet. Little puppy dog face.
It was hard, casting this character was tricky because we have to fall in love with her, but she also has to be believably tough, and Rose pulls it off.
Completely. No, completely. I can't wait to see more of her in season 3.
And now we are on location. This is actually where they are. They really are in this valley.
It's just that blows my mind. The fact that all of Iceland is just
available.
Tune
in next season.
I want to be the king beyond the wall.
Do you like mastodons? Do you like giants? Well, I love that look back.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying we're going to burn the body.
You're actually burning the body right now. Yeah. It's a matter of life and death.
You burned your bridge. There's no way but forward.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think it was like a 10,000-foot drop at the other end of this, so he had to not go too far.
Tread carefully.
Oh! Rewrite. Nonzo.
Ah, Nonzo and Roxanne, you little monkeys.
You still haven't forgiven them, have you?
No. Yeah, because okay, here we go.
All right.
There was another scene in which you see, hello babies, another scene in which you see Roxanne giving her reasons why she decides to betray Dany.
Right. What her motive was.
Yeah, which didn't make the final episode.
The way things sometimes don't.
Yes, exactly. But I just wanted to let that be known. But yeah, I know this is a bit ruthless what I do next, but
Oh, I think people have such
gotta do what you gotta do. Do you remember I had a very hard time
this
doing
was
this?
the scene that
this
nearly
was the
killed...
scene
yes.
where my rubbish acting just got a little too much, people.
You can fake it only so long, and then your general incompetence has to
show.
Raise its head and
show my
this is
true colours.
A relatively simple scene. You and I were both like, I think I was talking gibberish at this point because I was so wiped out.
I
wasn't helping at all.
I can help you now. Truly help you.
It never came out right.
That's my fault. What you're saying is you were badly directed. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I was bad at acting. Oh, Roxanne, I'm sorry, love.
I want to say something also about this beautiful set that Gemma built, this door she built, this...
It's amazing.
We are on location in Croatia, in an old monastery on Lokrum Island. And she put this amazing door in for us.
I love that
Ian.
contraption as well. Ian, you beautiful man.
Yeah.
Thanks, love.
I want him to play me in the movie of my life.
Do you? He is amazing. Ian's just brilliant and wonderful.
Real enough to me.
Indeed, Ian, you're right. Oh my goodness, this was the day that it torrential rained. Do you remember? It was the last day, and I thought the monks were going to come and attack us. The curse of the monks.
Oh, that's right. There's a
Remember
curse
on the
here.
island?
Yeah. I think the monks were kicked out at some point, and they put a curse on the island, which is why nobody likes to sleep there.
Yeah,
in fact,
and I thought we were going to have to
spend the
stay.
night.
I was getting very scared.
Ah,
Exactly.
Nobody can say Voskai like him.
Voskai. Yeah.
And we lost that. There was a bit where you came and sort of nuzzled with your dragons and picked them up, and also had them burn the key to the vault, which I love.
Oh yeah, we did that at the wall.
Yes, and for
I
some
forgot about
reason,
that. Didn't.
those who sit above made that go
We'll
away.
blame the people who aren't in the room.
Yes. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of people not in the room.
There are a few people not in the room.
Okay, this is Iceland.
That was
this
fun.
Is all real plates. That this is actually. This is let's see. That was a collection of plates shot around our location. The funny thing about this is we were snowed off the glacier this day. We couldn't shoot in our intended location.
Yeah.
So this huge, massive, wonderful cliff is actually 20 feet from our hotel where we were staying.
Seriously.
It's like only in
That's
Iceland can you say,
amazing.
"Oh, we can't get to our location. We're stuck in this place."
We'll just film in the backyard of the hotel,
Yeah.
and that's what it looked
Yeah.
like.
If you turn around,
Incredible.
there's a parking lot.
Can I
behind
say how pure comedy these two are as well?
you. Yeah.
Very
Wonderful.
funny.
All three of them.
But Samwell, Samwell, how can you just be so funny?
John, who plays
So
Sam,
funny.
it's such a tricky role to pull off, and he makes you really believe it.
Absolutely nails it. No, absolutely nails it. He's brilliant.
About you that I found so interesting.
100% brilliant.
It's absolutely nothing.
Right.
We're back.
This is brilliant. The three horns.
Right.
It's so good.
The first one
It's
means
so good. The first one means
Night Watch.
Night Watch.
Second one means
Wildlings.
very good. And the third.
Three words. Dun dun dun. You know, people. You know what's coming. Oh my god. Genuinely, I watched this rather late at night and I got nightmares.
Oh, good.
Ipso
Good.
facto. Oh, and you fall over. Just like that. And they're gone.
I guess we added a little blowing snow, but there was some blowing
oh
snow.
god. So scary. So scary. And also, I wanted to ask a question about the thing that they found in the snow.
Oh, they're collecting poo.
For your scene.
For my other, yes, yeah, right, because we couldn't afford to buy real poo. They're collecting poo because there are no trees, there's no growth, so they're just to burn, to make fires out of.
Right. Yes, I'm with you. Oh dear. This was such an awesome end. Such an awesome end.
That's really him in Iceland with a real rock, and those really are some extras coming towards us. But most
of White Walkers.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm going to be silent.
Where's his face? What the hell is that?
I like the way he's got sort of dry ice stuff coming, smoke coming off of him.
Can he see him?
Yes, they're looking right at each other. Something I always liked about the scene was that you think, okay, it's curtains for you, and the fact is that Jon is trivial. Jon doesn't matter, so they don't even bother to kill him.
Nothing. Because he's got plenty, really, hasn't he? He doesn't really need one more. And this is the bit that I love, that you can see all the different characters from all the different. I swear you can see a Dothraki.
Oh right, as the people they've zombified.
Exactly.
Because what we're starting to realize is that there's a whole zombie army.
Dothraki man.
Right.
I'm guessing.
Very good. Your people.
My people. Look at that. I still think the dragons could mess them all up, though.
Yeah, and I think someday will. Hey, that was fun.
That was fun. That was awesome. Can I just say well done?
Good
well
work.
done on an awesome episode.
I think that blonde actress was perfectly fine, no matter what people say about her. This was Emilia. Well, you do your name, I'll do my name.
Okay. No, I'll do it. This was Alan Taylor.
And Emilia Clarke. Danny. How do you call yourself? Danny Targaryen?
Danny. I just call myself Danny. M.O.D. I quite like as well, though.
Daenerys Stormborn. Of the House Targaryen.
The House Targaryen.
And I am the dragon's... What? There's a whole thing. You got a whole...
I had the whole speech.
These are all people that we should have mentioned by name as it was going by, because we depend on...
No, we should. I double dare you. Who's next coming up?
Birds and Animals. Oh, no,
that's how many people it takes to make this.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening to us
ramble
and waffle.
Okay.
I hope it was slightly
and
informative.
There's the big music. Bye.
Bye.